990. Holy Ghost filled you with Singanikate. I live the high life cause I'm heavenly minded. Hold up, I'm a 90s baby. So really, you made me walk up to you and you don't subscribe to the channel? Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video and share it with someone. I know you will. Righteous, so wicked. Righteous, no wicked. You righteous, so wicked. Righteous, no. Well, Yom Ups is in the news again, as if he ever leaves the news. This time around, it's political news. As you may be aware, a new song has been put out, obviously campaigning for the sitting president, President Hakainde Hichilema, in the build-up to the 2026 general elections. And considering that Yom Ups was very central to the Patriotic Front campaigns in 2021, where he was part of the entire album that the Kalandania music production had put out, where various artists were done political songs, obviously, for Edgar Shagalungu and the PF at the time. It has triggered the conversation in the nation, and obviously the opposition are feeling salty about it. The UPND are celebrating, and then obviously some factions within the UPND feel some sort of way. Those that feel they had suffered with President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND in opposition. Now other people that were eating with the Patriotic Front are now eating with the UPND. So that's where this thing is all about. So as you can see, Kalemba put up the caption to say, Yom Up switches sides from Alewe de Lapo, that's the song he done for Edgar Shagalungu in 2021, to Ale Teka, the one that he has done for Hakainde Hichilema now as we build up in the 2026, and urges opposition to go do farming. And yeah, so different sides of the aisle are reacting to that. One of the people that has reacted to the situation is Mao Sampa, Matero Member of Parliament, and he had this to say the same. They are religiously following the losing script. Same attempts to change the constitution. Same attempts to change the constitution, and same bloggers, vloggers, and some same artists to shout and sing. They are going to win. Same as in 2021. Opposite happened. So far, so good. Route to Wetham, one time, or whatever it means there. So, Material Member of Parliament is simply saying the UPND is following the exact script that the Patriotic Fund had followed in 2021. There are a number of big artists singing for them, but the fact is that people had already made up their mind to kick out Edgar Shagalungu out of the presidency. So it's the same situation even now. In as much as they use Yom Ups just like the PF had used them in 2021, it will not yield them results. That's according to Material Member of Parliament. What is those artists that few they had served with the UPND in opposition have felt some sort of way, and one of them is Tiger Tonka, and he had this to say. I warned you, that's him, this post. He has since deleted that, but obviously people had screenshotted it before he could even delete it, and he has remorse over that. This is what he had to say. I warned you that if you continue neglecting others who fought for the party, the very guys will come to take over from us. But you insulted at Tiger Tonka. This is deep. This is deeper than you think. Artists stand up. This time, I mean, the time is now. So he's simply saying those artists that served with a UPND in opposition are not the ones that are eating with them now. And I quote, obviously someone quoted his thing before he deleted it or ended it. He says, and I quote, Southerners stand up, time is now. Meaning what now? In case you don't know, my brother, politics is about numbers. Even done. Obviously, people responding to him. And he has since deleted that post and obviously edited it, but people had taken that screenshot. So someone addressed him to say, Dear Tiger Tonka, we acknowledge that Bali is Tonga from Southern, but that does not prejudice him from hiring artists like Yom Ups from other provinces or create a campaign song. As the president of all Zambians, not so the Southerners, your initial statement, which read Southerners stand up, time is now, and data edited was data edited prudently was in bad taste. So pretty much he has since reshared the the song, obviously. So 4 years ago, that's according to Kalemba, 4 years ago, singer Yo Maps was seen dancing to hit song Alebwe Rapo PF campaign song, in which he saw that former President Edgar Lungu was the chosen leader for Zambia, stating that no one among the opposition, including President Hakainde Hichilema, stood a chance in the general election. Shockingly, to his fun and the political space in the country, Yo Maps has changed colors faster than a chameleon, from green to red. In his latest song released about 16 hours ago, artists while dripping in UPND colors and posing on the red bus is seen almost replacing Chera Tukuta. Replacing Chera Tukuta as the chief praise singer, begging the nation to vote for President Hakainde Hichilema next year. They go further, pretty much jumping at the fact that how he has switched it up. And his wife was also seen dancing the same song, Kiddist. Pretty much the entire team is on board. And obviously, the opposition feels some sort of way like, hey, switch it up. But he has stated this several times to say it's just in business. It doesn't matter whose side it was, is on. So it's made it clear. He's now UPND and for President Hakainde Hichilema. However, the PF may feel about it, that matters less. There, the wife was dancing to the same song, and obviously, Emmanuel Mwamba was quick to react to the video. He simply says flop, flop, meaning the song is a flop. I think my productions on political songs is far superior. Obviously, that's the reaction. The fact is that Yomap's song is having the intended effect. People cannot ignore it. They're having a conversation about it. And that's the main purpose in politics. The fact is that you're supposed to stay in the news. A number of even the artists that are saying they have been neglected by the UPND, they have done several songs from 2021 until now, and new songs have been put up, but they're not having that intended effect. They're not triggering the opposition to have a conversation about it. Only Yo Maps song has triggered that, so it's serving its purpose. So it's worth the money at the end of the day. And obviously, Oga Rex from the Oga family responded to the song. This is a UPND supporter also. Yes, they've done several songs. So when they noticed that some of the artists were complaining to say he was on the PF side, now he's singing for the UPND. And then he did a VAR check and simply said the new song by Yo Maps is Without Fear or Favor is a hit. Pretty much endorsing it regardless of the situation. Obviously, Emmanuel Mwamba doubled down, and they now looking for all the interviews that Yomaps has done. And one of the interviews that he did with Kenny T, the podcast, he simply stated to say for him, he's neither a political individual. Whoever has him and pays him, he can sing, and he has done it now. So that's what the PF is trying to jump to say. No, he's just doing it for money. I mean, the same justification can be used. If he's just doing it for money for Hakainde Hichilema now, he simply did it for money for Ed Kashakolungu in 2021. Same argument applies both ways if we're being realistic there. And obviously, Yo Maps was quick. He put up that post with dollars in his hands. Obviously, people insinuated, no, it was his payment from the gig that he's doing for the UPND. Others are saying, no, it's from his tour that he had, because he's currently on tour. He should be in Burkina Faso. And so that money might have come from that, but obviously it's just triggering in conversation. One thing people don't realize about Yo Maps is that people regard him to be not very smart, but the results show otherwise. People were criticizing him to say his manager is not educated, he's not able to do the job, but the results show they are way smarter than people credit them to be. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows he has to stay in the news. He has to bring in the numbers for the UPND. Because if you've seen the video that they've done for the campaign, so it's not a cheap video. Just like the videos that or the songs that he was doing for PF, they can see there's a serious budget behind that production. Because even the person that produces that music video, the one that is done now for Hakainde Hichilema, is the person that does his official music videos, and he's not a cheap guy. I can assure you that it's not a cheap video. You can see even the ladies that are involved. In short, there's serious money that has gone in that production. Same thing happened the time he did it for the PF. So for him, his role is to bring in the numbers and deliver on that and trigger a conversation. And that's exactly what he's done. Because those artists from the UPND that have been doing songs, they've done songs. None of them has triggered a national debate where even political commentators are chipping, or where it's pretty much predominating the conversation in the nation. But now your maps has done it, and now it's a conversation in the nation. So if I'm the person that has paid him for that, I'm like, hey, it's a worthwhile investment. So more money is likely to go towards him. It's as simple as that. With politics, as they say, there are no permanent friends and neither are they permanent enemies. It's just permanent interests. And now, right now, the UPND is on a tip to campaign to have Baka in the HM run and win for a second term. So whoever has got the numbers and is able to put the numbers, whether they've been enemies in the past, you expect them to get on board if it's beneficial. And now the Home Maps Association is looking like it's beneficial. So no matter how much those artists would like to complain, to say, no, we served with you, they've tried it out. They've given you some money to do songs. The songs did not yield the results. It did not trigger a conversation. In as much as people would argue to say it's a hit, it's a flop with your maps, it's triggered a political conversation, and that's what they need. And it's serving its purpose. So it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. What is Lusambo put up this poster to say go register for vote? Go register to vote, and then he uses Edgar Shagalungu's image to say Edgar Shagalungu posthumously. So simply saying in his death, whichever candidate that the PF is going to endorse most likely is going to be the person that people are supposed to vote for. So it seems like Edgar Shagalungu is going to dominate the campaigns in 2026 in as much as he's dead, and most likely from the Tose Alliance and the PF section. What is Fred Membe met up with Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso? So your maps is in Burkina Faso, and Fred Membe is also in Burkina Faso. But Fred Membe's meeting was with the president, and he put up those images. And obviously, Fred Membe is very connected. It seems some of the rooms that you see spot him, you tend to wonder how he got access. But yeah, so he's in Burkina Faso. I'm not sure if he's returned, and then he put up this post. That's Fred Membe. He says on Friday morning we had a meeting with comrade Captain Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, at the Cresium Palace in Ogadushu. President Captain Traore began to thank us for coming from near and far to guide the youth and exchange ideas and reflect on a way to give the revolution a lasting foundation. He emphasized that in the struggle we are engaged in, there are only two camps: that of the oppressors and that of the oppressed. Captain Traore further stressed that the neutrality does not exist in this fight. Those who claim to be neutral have either forgotten to turn on their have either forgotten to turn on their brains, or they are working consciously or unconsciously with the enemies, he says. And then obviously he elaborates what the meeting is about. And yeah, so and then he shared the images from that meeting with Traore as he was addressing them there, having that interaction. And obviously people in this comment section were like, yes, you met him, but we want to see a picture of you and him. But I'm pretty sure it's likely to post it. Fred seems to be very connected, so that they can see Fred Membe there with other people that were invited to this meeting, other leaders. Yeah, these are images coming from Burkina Faso, and then you can see President Traore, Captain Traore there with his security, obviously around as he addressed them, and that interaction. And Fred Membe is pretty much at the center, right next to the cameraman there. Yeah, in the front row. What is Bowman Lusambo is causing some news from prison. So he says, according to Emmanuel Wamba, says 21 correctional service wardens fired for allegedly being friendly to Bowman Lusambo. Allegedly, that's according to Emmanuel Wamba there. And then there's a report by a TV station that's credited to say some reporters have been extremely nice to Bowman Lusambo. I mean, some wardens or from prison are being too nice to Bowman Lusambo, and allegedly been fired for that. But one thing you cannot take away from Bowman Lusambo, he knows how to move. He's a street guy. He's very street smart. Yes, he might not be academically smart as people like to allege, but he has proven himself. Politically, he's a heavyweight. That's a fact, and that's and then also his ability to maneuver in a situation that you can't take away from him. So in as much as if that's the situation, they are to move him from this prison, take him to another, it's going to be the same situation. He knows how to deal with people. That's just the reality. So that's a report of Bowman Lusambo causing a stir in prison allegedly. And then obviously cabinet guides committee constitution review submissions will only be around bill 7 proposals, and this has triggered another debate in the nation. There's a lot going on in the nation, and yeah, so that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'll cover this in the next broadcast. For now, let's just deal with what we've dealt with so far. Catch you in the next broadcast, where I'll cover things to do with Bill 7, because I don't want to make this video too long. I live the high life because I'm heavily minded. Hold up, I'm a 90s baby. So really, you made me walk up to you and you don't subscribe to the channel?